So here it is, early morning at Oshkosh. The show is over. Show ended yesterday afternoon. Most people peeled out of here by like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Then there was a big rush to get all the planes out of the show area. I was trapped in that. I just dragged Mike Victor uniform over here to the grass and left it overnight, spent a night in a hotel room, and I'm ready to go this morning. So I'm going to taxi over to the FBO. They're no longer bringing fuel out in trucks. Have to go to the self-serve pumps. So I'm going to go over to the self-serve pumps, fuel up, and then we'll get in the air. We'll talk about departure procedures, and I'll give you a kind of a little bit of a rundown of what happened at the show. There.
Caution.
Getaway Cessna out of Basler. What's your numbers again?
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform.
Charlie Fox, Mike Victor uniform. Thanks. Your command says tower frequency 118.5, 18.5.
118.5, Mike Victor uniform.
Mike Victor uniform, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
27, clear for takeoff, Mike Victor uniform.
Speed's alive.
Mike Victor uniform, what's the on-course heading?
360.
Roger, we're going to have a C-17 here departing 36 here shortly, so how about another 2 or 3 miles before you proceed up?
No problem, Mike Victor uniform.
Thank you. Figure change for a good flight.
Flight plan updated.
Oshkosh Tower, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, clearing the zone to the west, turning north 2,600 climbing.
Thank you. Have a good flight.
Thank you very much, Mike Victor uniform.
Approaching waypoint.
Green Bay, this is Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform.
Sorry, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, give me approach.
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform is a Skyhawk just left Oshkosh requesting VFR following northbound to Sault Ste. Marie if possible.
Got a 236, Foxtrot approach 124, contact tower 9.7, good day. Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, what's the identifier on that?
CYAM, Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike.
Oshkosh EAA Airventure 2023. My very first time there. And so my first
fuel tank.
switch fuel tanks. My first impression as I got there was it's massive, absolutely massive. The airplane parking and camping goes on forever in 2 different places. The car camping, same. Absolutely incredible the number of car camping spots. Giant motorhomes, people in tents. I was in a tent in the car camping area because I couldn't camp under the wing of Mike Victor uniform. The show area was massive. It was really spread out. It was great how close spectators could get to the runways. That was amazing. If you want to totally geek out and get close to a runway and watch airplanes taking off and landing, Oshkosh is the place to do it. And you know, some really not just small general aviation aircraft like this. There were some massive jets and a lot of military hardware that came in and out of there, and you could get really close to it. So if that's your thing, amazing. So many vendors to go and look at, all of the little geeky things that you can put on your plane, all the modifications that you can do, all of the parts manufacturers, the STC people, the safety people. So much stuff to look at. Of course, if you're like me, a lot of it has no bearing on my life. a lot of it was so much fantasy. You know, I'm never going to buy a $3 million jet or a $4 million jet or a $75 million jet. Not going to happen. But at the same time, there were a huge number of smaller aircraft manufacturers there that you could either buy light sport or as a kit. And you know, I don't know that $200,000 is reasonable. You know, certainly for me, if I had to spend $200,000 to buy a new plane, I'd be saving for a very long time. So I don't know if that's reasonable, but for some people that would be a reasonable amount. And if you went down to the ultralight section, there were other aircraft that you could get into even cheaper. You know, and if you love flying, some great stuff down there. I was overwhelmed by the crowds. I didn't film pretty much anything because I was overwhelmed by just everything that I wanted to see, and I didn't want to be the guy with the camera, because I find if I've always got the camera out, I don't see anything. And I see it in the edit later, and I think, oh, I should have asked a question about this. So I walked around, camera in my bag, completely conscious of what was going on around me. I spent a lot of time talking to people, and that's what made the show for me. Everybody who came and saw me at Mike Victor uniform, everybody who stopped me walking around the grounds, I tried to make time and talk to everybody, and I really enjoyed that aspect of the show. I will go back again just for that. Met up with a bunch of other YouTubers, hit it off with a few of them, and we're going to get together in September and do some fly-in camping in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's going to be great, so keep your eyes out for that. I did see some really sketchy flying on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, coming in, people arriving at Oshkosh, you know, going through the FISC arrival procedure, coming into land. I personally witnessed two aircraft coming in unresponsive, not following procedures, landing or trying to land in the wrong direction. So you've got traffic coming in, talking to the tower, and then you've got some jackass coming in the opposite direction trying to land, not paying attention to anything. In one of those incidences, one of the planes coming in that was following directions, following what the tower was telling them to do, that had clearance to land, is another YouTuber. I'm not going to tell you who, but you'll see it on their channel.
Departure contact, altitude restriction canceled. Proceed on course.
You'll see something on their channel. Sure enough, I'm pretty sure. I don't know when. Keep your eyes open. You'll find out. So after my primary mission, which was to meet people who watch the channel and talk to everybody, my secondary mission was to talk to manufacturers who could maybe help me realize the sort of what I want to finish Mike Victor uniform with. So I have a VFR setup, and a lot of what's happening here on the panel is completely dictated by the structural panel that you don't see behind. It's dictating where I can put stuff, and how big the things are that I can put here. So Lyle from Six Pack Aero, he's working on an STC for this airframe that would remove the old structural panel and put in a new structural panel, and it would be just a little bit higher, a little bit larger, and it would have lots of open space behind, so that I could put in maybe some larger dynon screens. I might go to the 10-inch. When I'm very happy with this size of dynon screen, incredibly happy with it, but you know, when you see something that's a little bit bigger, I might like to go a little bit bigger, just for a little more clarity. And it would also then allow me to put in an IFR navigator. So I spoke to, at length with one of the manufacturers of IFR navigators, and we're going to see if we can work together to get one into Mike Victor uniform. That would complete the panel as an IFR panel.
6041, verify you got file discretion at 3000. Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, contact Green Bay approach 120.3.
120.3, Green Bay approach, Mike Victor uniform. Green Bay, this is Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform with you on 120.3.
Charlie Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, Green Bay approach, Green Bay altimeter 3017.
3017, Mike Victor uniform, thank you.
Now, in talking to American pilots who came to see me, there was a persistent myth that I heard over and over and over again. And that was, in Canada, you can only fly at night if you're IFR certified. Not true. Completely false. You can fly night VFR in Canada. You go up with an instructor. Couple of hours of instruction. If the instructor is
Wisconsin 182 Alpha Green Bay approach, expect visual approach runway 3.
if the instructor is comfortable with you, it's just a signature in your logbook and a signature in your pilot license booklet. We have a little booklet. It looks like a passport. It's got places where they sign stuff. Just an endorsement in your booklet. You are clear to fly night VFR.
Charlie Fox, Mike Victor, uniform contact, Toronto Center now 132.65. Toronto Center on 132.65, Mike Victor uniform, thank you. Toronto Center, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform.
Mike Victor uniform, Toronto Center, good afternoon. Radar identified, 3,800 feet. The Chippewa County altimeter today is 3012.
3012, thank you.
Mike Victor uniform, where did you say you're headed there today?
I am going to Sault, Ontario. Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike.
Charlie Yankee Alpha Mike, roger, and the altimeter there is 3012. Current wind 290 at 11. The active runway is 30 if that's the plan.
30 is great, Mike Victor uniform.
That looks very much like a World War II training airport. So we're still on the Michigan side of the border, the United States side of the border. But that triangle shape was very common for training in World War II. Those dot the landscape all across Canada, same sort of setup. And it's not on the map. It is on the map, and it's got a giant X through it. So it's listed as abandoned, don't land there.
Toronto Center, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, can I switch to Sault Tower now?
Mike Victor uniform, yeah, you can contact Tower now, 18. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Sault Tower, this is Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform.
Golf Mike Victor uniform, Sault Tower.
Sault Tower, Mike Victor uniform is a Cessna 172, last departed Oshkosh, inbound for landing.
Mike Victor uniform, Tower Squawk 1231, runway 30, 1290 at 11, altimeter 3012.
1231, runway 30, Mike Victor uniform.
Sault Tower, Foxtrot Alpha November uniform, joining right base 30.
Alpha November uniform, Tower 1290 at 11, clear touch go runway 30.
Clear touch and go 30, Alpha November uniform.
Mike Victor uniform, Tower 1290 at 12, cleared land runway 30.
Clear 30, Mike Victor uniform.
Sault Tower, Foxtrot Alpha November uniform, left downwind 30, requesting a stop and go.
Alpha November uniform, Tower number 1.
November uniform number 1.
Sault Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, holding short 30 on golf.
Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, Tower roger, after departure, right turnout, winds 300 at 10, cleared for takeoff, runway 30.
Cleared 30, right turnout, Mike Victor uniform.
Final leg, homeward bound.
Mike Victor uniform, Tower identified 1000. Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, Tower, did you want flight following today?
If I could, please.
Mike Victor uniform, Tower roger, what altitude are you planning?
3500.
Roger.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform Tower, you are clear. My control zone now. Surveillance service with me terminates. Keep your squawk code. Call Toronto Center on 132.65. They're expecting you.
132.65. Thanks for all your help. Mike Victor Uniform.
Golf Echo Romeo.
Toronto Center, this is Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform, Toronto, good day. You're identified Sioux altimeter 3011.
3011, thank you.
November Charlie Charlie, squawk it in.
I know I've probably said this in every video I've ever made where I've flown over this territory, but the border here gets really squiggly. Canada, United States, Canada, United States, Canada, United States. It's almost impossible to keep track.
629 Delta Foxtrot, contact Minneapolis Center now, 1346, advise to move you ahead.
346, we'll let them know, 9 Delta Fox, appreciate the help.
No problem, see you later.
Oshawa Tower, this is Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform, Oshawa Tower.
Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform is a Skyhawk, currently abeam the town of Uxbridge, 3,600 feet, inbound for landing, last departed Sault Ste. Marie with information Mike.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, runway 30, altimeter 3004, cleared right downwind. Report entering the zone and squawk 5364.
5364, report entering the zone for runway 30, Mike Victor Uniform.
Mike Victor Uniform Tower, wind 340, 12 gusting 18, cleared to land runway 30.
Cleared 30, Mike Victor Uniform.
Okay, so I made it. That wasn't a great landing. I am exhausted. Absolutely, completely, totally exhausted. I realized that some of my radio calls there, I maybe even sounded a little slurred. Well, Oshkosh, what a thing. Thanks for supporting the channel, and I hope to see you again soon.